Guys, it has been a long time, but I am back up here for a live. We are live once again here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412, giving you my latest thoughts on tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. And like I said, it has been a long time since I've done a Raw review because, frankly, ever since the Superstar Shakeup, I felt that these shows have not been worth reviewing. However, tonight is a different story. Tonight, we certainly have a lot to talk about, but the main story, the most important story coming out of tonight's edition of Raw from Providence, Rhode Island, was the way that we opened this show. And this was really bad news. Roman Reigns comes down to the ring, and he said he would be a fighting champion, he would be a workhorse champion, but it was all lies. And he says his real name is Joe, and he has been living with leukemia for 11 years. And he now has to relinquish the Universal Championship because his leukemia has come back. But he says, he's going to kick leukemia's ass. This ain't a retirement speech. He's coming back, and we will see him very, very soon. We get thank you Roman chants. He meets up with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Emotional moment here on Raw. Just emotional talking about it. And this is something that I had no idea about, and none of us knew. I mean, there were reports that Roman missed house shows over the weekend, and I thought, oh, it's just due to the fact that he's injured, or maybe he needed time with his family. But this is something very, very serious. Leukemia is something you don't want to mess around with, life-threatening. But I know Roman will come back from this. He will come back stronger than ever. And when he does come back, and when he does beat cancer, and he says to cancer, I'm going to win. I'm going to beat you. And we can all believe that. Whether you like Roman or you don't like him, that really doesn't matter at this moment, because it's about the person himself. It's not about the characters. This is bigger than professional wrestling. And to face a life-threatening disease like this twice, I can only imagine what he has to go through, what his family has to go through. So I just want to send out my thoughts and my prayers to Roman and his entire family during this very difficult time. And we will be waiting for you. And we know you will be coming. You will come back stronger than ever. There's no doubt about that. And this is a really tough way to open this show. Just goes without saying. So just hope for the best from Roman Reigns. And just send out my thoughts and prayers. So getting into the rest of the show here. Feel free to participate in the live chat as well. That will be open throughout this entire review. And I have to say, if you guys are watching live, thank you. I appreciate that. It's really great to be back up here. So getting into Raw here, after that emotional opening, we had what I thought was a nice little match here between Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley, with Finn Balor surprisingly being able to reverse into a roll-up as Lashley attempted to hit the C4 attempt for the win. And I think Finn Balor-Bobby Lashley feud would be fresh. It would be different. It would give Finn Balor something to do other than to fight in the Mixed Match Challenge, because let's be honest, it's the Mixed Match Challenge. Who cares? I think, like I said, I'm really digging this pairing of Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley. I think Lio Rush, he is just really freaking annoying on the microphone, almost to the point of me wanting to mute the television, so you got to be careful there. You don't want to have that go-away channel-changing X-Pac heat. You got to be careful with that. However, I feel like Lashley as a heel just works so much better, because him as a face was just kind of bland. He wasn't really going anywhere. Now you put him with Lio Rush. There's some potential there. And who knows? Maybe you do a feud with him and Finn Balor. Like I said, Finn got the the surprise win here. I certainly didn't see that coming, so that was nice to see as a fan of Finn Balor. So that was too sweet indeed. There you go. And I thought it was a solid match, and I'm interested to see where this Lio Rush Bobby Lashley pairing goes. We move on here. We had Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott. And I thought, solid match here. I would like to see a program also between Sasha Banks and Ruby Riott. I just think they have very good in-ring chemistry with one another. However, I have to rip on WWE here for a minute. This 6-person tag for Evolution with Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riott Squad. It's just like, what are we doing here? It would have been so easy to do Sasha versus Bayley based on their history from NXT. And now here on the main roster. I thought we were going to get that at WrestleMania. Then I'm thinking, okay, we're going to save it for SummerSlam. Then I thought, okay, if we're not doing this at SummerSlam, it has to be done at Evolution, right? So instead of doing Sasha versus Bayley one-on-one in a match would tear the house down, what do we do here? Well, we do a 6-woman tag match, which will be happening on the episode of Raw immediately after Evolution, because that's how WWE operates. We had a pay-per-view the night before, so let's just do the same matches again on Raw. And they wonder why the pay-per-views don't matter as much. However, I thought Sasha Ruby had a nice little match here, and Ruby picked up the win here on Sasha Banks. She hit the Riott kick for the win after, Bayley tried to take out Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. Natalya got involved. There was all types of confusion, chaos. Brawl broke out during ringside, and Ruby gets the win here over Sasha Banks. So that was certainly nice to see. We then have our in-ring segment with, are you ready for D-Generation X? I can tell you I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this match. I'm not ready to see Shawn Michaels come back. I'm not ready to see Kane and The Undertaker reunite at that pay-per-view. I think it's called WWE Blood Money? WWE Crown Jewel. Sorry, I get those two mixed up a lot. Blood Money, Crown Jewel. It's all the same. And by the way, Crown Jewel should be canceled or moved to a different country. But it won't, because why? I need my money, damn it. I need all the money in the world. Ha ha ha. You really think I give a shit? No, Vince, we know you don't give a shit. That is why Crown Jewel is still going to happen. Be that as it may, and despite my low level of interest for this match, and believe me, it is low. It is all the way down here on the floor. I still thought this was a solid promo from Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and then the stuff with Kane and The Undertaker. It's classic Kane and Undertaker. They appear on the Tron, and, they have the graves dug out for Shawn Michaels, and Triple H will rest in peace. So we got that from Kane. We got that from The Undertaker. Thought it was fine. Thought it was solid, but I just still can't get behind this DX reunion. It just feels so freaking forced. It's like, my goodness. We're really going to ruin Shawn Michaels' perfect retirement at WrestleMania 26 for a boatload of money. Now, be that as it may, if I put myself in Shawn's shoes here, I'm going to be a little bit of a hypocrite. I would probably come back for a boatload of money as well. But the circumstances, be that as it may, it's happening in Saudi Arabia, so that just makes me want to throw up inside my mouth. But, solid stuff here, even though I just don't care about that match. We had the announcement that at Crown Jewel, due to Roman Reigns relinquishing the Universal Championship, it will now be a singles match between Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, as of now. There's still time that it could change and become a triple threat match. Maybe you throw Drew McIntyre in there, although I don't really care because I am not watching WWE Blood Money, a.k.a. WWE Crown Jewel. I'm not doing it. I'm not watching it. I'm not wasting my time watching some propaganda filth. Sorry, I can't do it. And there's only just so much time in the day. So we had Paul Heyman come out And he said, first and foremost, his prayers are with Roman Reigns. And he says, the show will go on, and a crown jewel when Lesnar faces Strowman. All things that exemplify what it means to be a champion do not apply to Braun Strowman. Strowman is not in Lesnar's league. And Braun comes out, and he says, I'm going to beat Lesnar. And when Roman Reigns beats leukemia, Reigns will be first in line for a title shot. And then Strowman tells Heyman that Lesnar is going to get these hands. So I guess that means that Braun Strowman is back to being a babyface, which in my book, I'm all for. We should have never turned Braun, WWE should have never turned Braun Strowman heel in the first place. Be that as it may, I think it's an easy way to correct a wrong that they did. And if Strowman's back to being a babyface, due to the fact that Roman is now out and we are lacking a top babyface on Monday nights, I think it would make sense. There you go. And then Drew McIntyre hits Claymore kick on Strowman, and we will follow that up later on in the night. Because next, I only have one question for all of you people. Who wants to walk with Elias? Elias came out. He started to sing his song, and of course, this jabroni, sorry Apollo, but we really are, interrupted Elias, and we had a match. Elias hits Driftaway for the win. I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's it. Elias beats Apollo Crews. We're done. No, we were not done here. Elias comes out, tries to sing another song, but this stupid idiot, Baron Corbin, thinks that he can interrupt Elias. And he does. He cuts Elias off. He says, you need to stop right now. And Elias says, you're basically Stephanie McMahon's puppet, and she has her hand up your ass. And then Corbin cuts Elias's guitar and microphone, and Elias walks to the back. Then he comes back out, and as Corbin's yapping on, blah, 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 about crap that nobody cares about, Elias turns babyface. I view this as a babyface turn, and hit Corbin in the back. So, babyface Elias, I mean, he's already getting positive reactions from the crowd. So I figure, why not just go with it, Don't try and fight the grain. If the crowd wants to cheer him, give him reasons to cheer him. So I'm all for a babyface Elias, and I look forward to seeing where his character goes in the weeks to come, because he's easily one of my favorite parts of Raw every week. And he's from Pittsburgh too, so I got to show some love for my fellow Phillianser. By the way, the Kurt Angle promo, where it reminded me of the Captain America segment from Spider-Man Homecoming. So you're in detention. It was so scripted. It was like, Kurt, what the hell are you doing? He's running down all his opponents ahead of the World Cup. That was funny. I just had to talk about that for a little bit. We then had the women's contract signing segment. Nikki Bella comes down to the ring, and Ronda comes down. She's all smile. She's all happy. And then the Bellas berate Ronda Rousey, and they list a bunch of reasons of why Ronda's mother is already ashamed of Ronda Rousey. And Nikki slaps Ronda right in her face. She signs the contract, Rousey that is, and tells Nikki that she is going to end Nikki this Sunday, and gives her just that glaring look of, I am going to beat the ever-loving shit out of you. And I certainly hope that is what happens at Evolution, a show which, or is anybody honestly looking for that pay-per-view? I know it's first all-women's pay-per-view in WWE, but I just feel like the build for Evolution has been really, really lacking, and Crown Jewel has been getting more of the attention, which to me just really shows why WWE was holding this show in the first place. Be that as it may, I am somewhat I didn't think I'd say this. I'm somewhat intrigued with Ronda versus Nikki. I still don't think that match should main event. I think Charlotte versus Becky Lynch should main event in the last woman standing match. But I've been enjoying this build for Ronda and Nikki more so than I thought I would. Doesn't mean I'm jumping up and down excited for this match. That's not what I mean. But I'm intrigued to see what happens, and honestly see how long the match lasts. Nia Jax versus Tamina versus Ember Moon versus Dana Brooke. Again, this build for Evolution just makes me want to go, ugh. Ember Moon wins. She hits the Eclipse on Tamina. So we have this historic women's battle royale, and I will name you the participants right now because honestly, I forgot who was in this lazy women's battle royale. Let's just throw all these women in here for no reason because we don't have a direction for them. Tamina, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Ember Moon, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Asuka, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Carmella, Lana, Naomi, Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, Alundra Blaze, Ivory, Kelly, Maria, Kanellis, Molly Holly, and Zelina Vega. Those are participants in this historic women's battle royale that we have, nothing better for these women. So let's just shoehorn them in all into a battle royale. Boy, that'll be good. Can't wait for that. So that was our build for that. We then had Lita and Trish being interviewed backstage, Alicia Fox and Mickie James, and was Alexa Bliss there? I really didn't see her during that segment. Maybe I missed her. I don't know. But the heels leave Lita and Trish laying, and then Lita and Trish come back. They brawl with them. We have pull-apart brawl. That's the build for your tag team match of Lita and Trish versus Mickie and Alexa at Evolution. So now, let's talk about this main event. Raw Tag Team Championships on the line. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Man, these four guys have great chemistry. They put on another really good tag team match. I don't know if it was quite as good as the Hell in a Cell match. But there was just craziness all throughout this main event. Some great near fall attempts, especially when Rollins hits the Falcon Arrow. Of course, Ziggler kicks out. I was thinking, man, how nice would it be for Rollins to win a match with the Falcon Arrow. Eventually, Braun Strowman comes out. He gets involved. He chases Drew McIntyre, and they begin to brawl into the crowd, and then they go to the back. And Rollins accidentally knocks out the referee. Strowman and McIntyre, like I said, they're gone. Ziggler tries to grab the tag team titles. Dean rips it away. Rollins curb stomps Dolph Ziggler for the win. Now, this is where things get even more crazy. Dean Ambrose, after the match, him and Rollins are celebrating. Feel-good moment on a night where Roman Reigns had to relinquish the title due to leukemia. Terrible stuff. But I felt like, man, what a great, heartfelt moment. And then, boom, I'm watching it right here. Dean Ambrose hits the dirty deeds on Seth Rollins. I'm shocked. I'm sure all of you are shocked. And I'm thinking, oh my God. They actually did this. I'm surprised they had the balls to do this. And then Ambrose continues to beat down Seth Rollins. He throws him to the outside. He's cussing at him. He throws him into the barricade, pulls off the padding on the concrete floor, and hits dirty deeds to Seth Rollins and takes off his Shield gear and departs up into the crowd. So this is a night where we have finally witnessed the second implosion of the Shield. I didn't think they were going to do this. I thought, send the crowd home happy. Ambrose and Rollins are your new tag team champions. We did that. And then, boom, just like that, heel turn. And you say my interest in Monday Night Raw is slowly starting to come back. See, if you do stuff like this, if you make things unpredictable and give us different matches and have somewhat entertaining segments, this show doesn't have to be a chore to watch. I thought this was a really, despite the terrible news at the beginning, which is still tough to process, I thought WWE went with their best foot forward and gave us a really enjoyable show. And if I had to give this show a grade, I would go with, it's either a B+ or an A-, and I haven't enjoyed Raw in this long, so I'm going to go with an A-. But once again, the most important thing out of this review is to send my thoughts and prayers to Roman Reigns, to pray, and I know that he can and he will come back stronger than ever from leukemia. Terrible thing to happen. How this affects WWE going forward, that will be really interesting to watch, what this means for the Universal Championship picture and all that. But the most important thing is the health of of Roman. That above all else is the most important thing. So to close out, we will check my Raw Twitter poll, which is up at DanielGuys412. So be sure to follow me on Twitter as well. Be sure to check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/DanielGuys1994. And you guys have spoken. 14 votes so far, 93% thumbs up, 7% thumbs down for Raw. So I agree, this was a very solid edition of Raw. A lot to talk about. Certainly a lot to talk about. Before I go off the air here, I want to say thank you all for watching this video, for tuning in live for my first live Raw review since April. It's been a long, long time, but this episode certainly had a lot to talk about. And also, this past Saturday, I did a live kick training session with the Kickmaster, Ben Garten, and my good friend, the Matt Kane of the Kane Action Team. So be sure to check out that live video that I did this past Saturday. And there will be more live videos coming soon to this channel, because I'm happy to announce that I will be starring in as an extra in my first independent film. Been doing stunts, training, martial arts, all that type of great stuff. Been working with the Kane Action Team. It's been great to work with them. And now I can officially announce I will be a part of Wuxia 2, The Code. And I have the trailer saved here on this channel, so be sure to check out Wuxia 2. And that is WUXIA. Wuxia 2, The Code. We'll be filming that next month up in Cleveland, and I'm really looking forward to doing this. This is something that I've always wanted to do for a long time, and to work with my Kane Action Team brothers and Ben Garten and Matt Kane, two wonderful human beings that I cannot say thank you enough for them. They've really helped me a lot along the way, and it's great to meet people like that are your friends, that are your brothers, that will always have your back, and I always got theirs. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity and for helping me do something that I've always wanted to do. And we'll see where it leads, but I'm really excited for this opportunity, and stay tuned for more video content coming soon to this channel. I will be doing more personal vlogs as I train with Matt, and also going to be doing Evolution predictions this week. I'll have that video up for you, and of course my live Evolution review this Sunday as well. So guys, in closing, a lot of exciting stuff coming up. I want to say thank you all for tuning into this live Raw review. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for all my latest thoughts. So until then, thank you all for tuning in to watch, and have a great night.